This came across my timeline. Actually, it came across my timeline on Instagram, and I didn't pay no attention to it because I was like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see anything. But then when more details came out, I was like, this can't be right. This got to be a hoax. It's got to be a hoax, right? Because you can't be this smart and this dumb at the same time. You can't be willing to risk it all for nothing, but then at the same time you get something and then you fumble the bag this simple. So shout out to Detroit. I got to bring y'all to the front of the congregation. One of the reasons why I seen it is because it was on my timeline from one of the news sources that I follow on Instagram. But it was a guy, right? Well, I'm going to just let you see the story for yourself. Again, make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Oh, shoot. Hold on one second. I'm in there. I'm in there like swimwear. Yeah, that's where we at. I'm in there like swimwear. All right, let me make sure I turn my camera around real quick because I got to make sure that I'm good. Bam. All right. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I got a full show for y'all today. Let's ride.
We are talking about $100,000 in forged checks deposited at Comerica Bank locations all over our area. Police have some pretty good pictures of the suspect, and they need your help.
If you know him, you would recognize him from these pictures, no doubt about it.
He might not be the best at disguising himself, but no.
Check this out, y'all. Hold on. Let's back up for a minute. Let's back up for a minute. That's him. Now, one of the reasons why I feel comfortable showing his face right here is because I don't like criminals on our streets. They raise the cost of doing business. Our taxes go up and trying to chase them down, jail them, house them. They raise up all of the costs and the fees that's associated with the institutions that we do business with. And no institution, right? I don't like small business. I don't like big businesses. If you choose not to do businesses with these entities, then that's one thing. But I can't stand a thief. Shout out to Miss Crow T. Shetty. I'm going to be reading that super chat shortly, reading it throughout the show. I can't stand a thief. There is and again, I don't care if you steal, because if you steal from them, if you get desperate enough, you'll steal from me. You'll steal from your grandma. You'll steal from your mother. I've heard of dudes stealing from their spouse. I've heard of dudes stealing from their spouse. One thing I can't stand is a thief. Now, the other thing that I can stand, and one thing that I do like about this thief, is that not only did this dude get over 100,000 within the span of days from Comerica Banks. Now, I used to work for Comerica Bank, right? If you go over to my LinkedIn, you can see that I did work for Comerica Bank for an extended period of time. I wasn't in the banking sector. I learned everything I knew about the banking sector, though, from being in information technology and user experience, which forced me to learn everything I could about the customers that then would allow us to be able to build the best applications and sites possible, right? Neither here nor there, right? But here's the thing. How can you be smart enough? How can you be smart enough to be able to finesse the banks out of 100 bands and then don't invest in a good enough mask? Look at what he's doing. Just got a haircut, got the fresh white line around it, tapered up. Hair is fresh. Look fresh as hell. Dude at the ATMs with no mask on. No mask. No mas.
The best at disguising himself, but no amateur when it comes to forging checks.
This guy, this dude right here, deposited 5 fraudulent checks into 5 different accounts into 5 different ATMs.
Grosse Pointe City Police still stuck.
Now, Grosse Pointe is a very, very, very well-to-do, pretty wealthy city that is right outside of the city of Detroit, right? Grosse Pointe is more east. I live more west of the city of Detroit. My office is within the city. And this dude is running around to multiple different ATMs, hitting them all up within Metro Detroit, all within the same circle with no mask on. No mask.
On where their suspect is getting the checks in the first place to recreate the fake ones, but they look real down to the signatures.
Stealing checks and then they're recreating them online digitally, making out a new payee and a new amount, and then they deposit them into an account.
Detective Mike Narduzzi says this guy's MO is to hit Comerica.
And look at him. He don't put a mask on nowhere. He do not put a mask on any day, anytime. And think about this. And this is the problem that I have with our culture, right? This is why I say the culture is trash. This is why I say the culture is trash. Because it's not even about the mask part. Because I'm glad he didn't wear a mask, and I hope that he gets caught, because I don't want criminals running around on the streets. I know people feel a certain type of way about that, but it just is what it is. This is the worst part about this whole situation, right? You're smart enough to be able to digitally recreate, which means that you have a future in web design, software engineering. You can apply yourself. You have the wherewithal, you have the knowledge, you have obviously the determination to even do something illegally that risks getting caught. Which the thing about it is that, and what criminals don't really understand is that you just got to fuck up one time. See, their money is insured. Their money is insured. So they going to get all of their bags back. You just got to fuck up one time. Just miss a mask slip down off your face, fingerprint on a check, whatever it is, right? You just got to fuck up one time and it's over for you. Now you got a felony on your record. Now you're going to be sitting here talking about how they need to let you vote, how you was wrong, you was done wrong, the system is set up against you. Then you're going to be running in the Victim Olympics, right? When all you had to do was take the same vigor, the same effort, the same dedication, and apply it without having to worry about going to jail for it. You could have took the same, they talented, smart, have work ethic, dedication, get up late at night, wake up early in the morning, all of this type of shit, right? You got all of this talent. The detective don't even know how you fucking recreating this shit. The detective don't even know how you recreating what you recreating. A lot of times, y'all be smarter than the people that try to catch y'all, and then it's always a reactive game for the detectives than it is for y'all. They don't learn about what it is that y'all doing until after y'all have already done it. Then they got to catch y'all, but then y'all make it easy for them to catch y'all by not even wearing a $5 mask. You got all of this talent. You got all of this dedication. You got all of this greatness, and you willing to risk it all for $100,000 even sound like a lot of money, don't it? It's not. Because then you got to sit down for 10 years. So now you literally made $10,000 a year, and you got a felony on your record. And you're going to be running in the Victim Olympics. You got all of this talent. And this is how you utilize it.
This guy's MO is to hit Comerica Bank ATMs in Grosse Pointe City, Dearborn Heights, Southfield, and Detroit late at night.
Look at this.
Then he gets as much out of the ATM before the bank catches on.
Our check alone, he deposited a $24,000 check, and he got about $5,000 out before the banks caught that it was fraudulent.
He's allegedly stealing debit cards, then forging the checks to match those names.
The check that was deposited into the ATM here in Grosse Pointe City was from a property management company in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
He's got a buddy too.
It was deposited from a property management company from Minneapolis, Minnesota. So this is, listen, think about what he's saying right now. This is not a situation where it's an unsophisticated crime, right? This is a white-collar crime. A white-collar crime in which they're actually sourcing information from real companies, tying it into the stolen debit cards, recreating digitally what these checks look like, right? Even all the way down to the signature, making it look that real, and then sourcing the funds out by hitting these ATMs late at night. This is not an unsophisticated crime. This is not, oh, I'm about to throw on a mask and then go rob a bank. This is effort, time, dedication, talent, technology. This is a lot that goes into that type of stuff, right? A lot. And you telling me that your talents is going to be wasted hitting up ATMs for 100 bands and you ain't even smart enough to be able to put on a mask?
Kind of a getaway driver in this white Dodge Charger with distinct front end damage and a black front quarter panel on the passenger side.
That's a Stoli. The reason why it's so beat up in the front and the back is because what they do is they steal it. That's a Stoli. A lot of times what Stolis do, or what they do with Stolis, in order to hurry up and get them out of the driveway, because they don't want the owner to be able to come out or whatever like that, they get in the car, they throw the car in neutral, and then they push it out of the driveway, and then the car comes behind it and then pushes the car around the block, and then that's when they go ahead and do whatever it is that they need to do, because they got a little bit more time and they don't have to worry about doing it right in front of the place that they stealing it from. Let me tell you what the crime is again. They get in, they break into the car real fast, throw it in neutral, push the car out of the driveway or wherever it is, and then have another car come up behind it and push it around the block, and then they go and do what they got to do in order to make sure that they can drive the car around. But that's a Stoli right there. That's a Stoli all day long. All day long, that's a Stoli.
Detective Narduzzi says he won't stop on his own.
Here you are, you're stealing, you're taking money from people. I mean, it affects everybody.
Those pictures we showed you are pretty clear. Police want to stop this guy. If you know who he is, call Grosse Pointe Police. Report.
So, the point of the matter, or what we want to emphasize right here, guys, is that the same amount of effort, actually, I'll do you one better. It takes less effort to do it the right way than it does to do it the wrong way. The only reason that people do it the wrong way is because our cultural norms say that it's okay to be a scammer. It's okay to finesse people. It's okay to steal money. It's okay to be a thug. It's okay to go to jail. You only going to have to sit down for a few years. You can get good time off and you're going to be right back out. That's the only pitch that you can make to people, is that you put a bunch of rappers in front of the screen. They talk about how they scamming and finessing. You put some people over there that fly to Dubai and back. You get influenced by what's happening on Instagram. And then now you're influenced to do shit that's not in your best interest. It's the only reason. It's the only logic behind why somebody would do something like that. Right? Because it takes, hear me out. It takes less effort and you can go to sleep at night. The only sleep you're going to lose is whether or not you're going to meet the deadline for being able to get your paper turned in so you can get your degree. It takes less effort to actually do it legally, and you get the benefits, and you get life insurance, and you get 401ks, and you get bonuses, and you get the bag, and you get the girl, and you get every good thing that comes along with it, and you ain't got to worry about getting arrested and going to jail. Before we ever have a conversation about getting to the bag, we have to have a conversation about changing our mindset and our cultural norms. So if you're looking to get in touch with me, right? And make sure y'all join the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you're looking to get in touch with me, don't get in touch with me talking about, Anton, I want you to show me how to get in the bag. Because I'm going to show you how to get to the bag, but all of the other parts that come along with it, you're going to get that too. You're going to get this work.